Making the Invisible Visible, Black Women 365 Days of the Year. Each day will spotlight a remarkable woman whose story has shaped Black, British or global diasporic history. Women whose achievements are too often overlooked. Through these daily short films, we create a living, breathing archive of leadership, creativity, resistance and legacy. Let's begin.
Hi, my name is Joy Francis. I am Executive Director of Poets of Colour and I'm based in London. I am evolving. I am figuring out still who I am because I feel as if after 60 years on this planet, my life really begins now, and that excites me. In terms of what I do in the world, I'm a creative entrepreneur at heart. I am an activist. I believe in impact and creating models of change that will be picked up by the next generation and future generations. I love people. I'm in love with Black people and particularly Black women. And it's important for me to be doing what makes me be me, be grounded, make impact, as I mentioned before, because I'm a student as well as a teacher, and that'll be lifelong. I feel it's really important to create safe spaces for people to be able to tell their truth, particularly us. I'm a builder of ecosystems, of connecting people. Life's too short for us to not share what we know. Space is really important because, you know, as Black people, and particularly if you're in the arts, we don't own any buildings. You know, it was a big deal for our parents to be able to buy their own homes. So ownership, I think, you know, especially after us coming from a legacy of being owned, and the fact that, you know, our ancestors helped build this country and contribute greatly to the culture, I think it's criminal that we don't own our own buildings, really. You know, we're treated like interlopers, or we're guests, or we're there temporarily. There's no sense of permanence. So for me then, you know, wherever we operate, and I say we because I don't just work in isolation, you know, I'm an instigator and we move more quickly together. Caveat with the right people. So it's really important to be able to work with people who are self-aware, own their vulnerability, spaces made for vulnerability, disappointment, excitement. You know, like Poets of Colour is 20 years old, and already the conversations I've been having with our partners in different parts of the country about how we're going to mark that, not saying, yay, we're still here, but what hasn't changed in the last 20 years. So connecting, conversing, plotting, planning, shaping, modelling, laughing, crying, acknowledging is a big part of how I work. I really can't put it down to one thing. It's many things, and every day I'm inspired and shaped by complete strangers, and how people communicate with each other. But I'd say my mother, who left school at 15 and who ended up becoming one of the first Black area managers for Avon, and one of the, you know, a very successful one at that. Also, who was creative, who could sew, who's great at holding parties, a fantastic cook. Black women, I'll say, Black people, but especially Black women, from reading Buche Machita and Rosa Guy at school. My sisters, I'm one of 5. Moira Stewart, who inspired me, one of the people who inspired me to be my first career, which was a journalist. Joan Armour Trading, and all the unacknowledged custodians of Black women who held our culture, creatively and in terms of music, you know. So I am now an emerging DJ. I took up DJing in my late 50s, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I am constantly being inspired by people who are living their lives with purpose and the way that they want to live them. To do what I managed to do, like I said, I don't do it on my own, and I'm very strategic, and I like my rest, and I like taking breaks. They presume I'm a workaholic. That wouldn't work for me. I wouldn't be alive now. I have a lot of energy. That's just how I am, and I listen to my body. I've got a strong spiritual practice. I like my own company. I need to be away from people because people are energy, and you need to recharge yourself to then go back into all these different spaces that are either invigorating or challenging. And so I like peace. I like sitting quietly. I like meditating. I love nature. And I feel like I just need to get back into that a lot more. It's funny, my name's Joy, and I am someone who believes in sustaining momentum where possible. The universe intervenes to tell you what I call, where you have a spiritually enforced rest, where you've done enough, allowed the seeds to flourish and take root. And so in terms of my well-being, no one calls me on a Sunday because for over 12 years, every Sunday I go to the gym and spa, and that's why I spend half the day. I'm extending that now during the week where possible. I connect with people who I love and care about. And so, I'm just so blessed to have an amazing array of people who are my chosen family in addition to my family.
Thank you for joining us for today's story. Making the Invisible Visible is our commitment to ensuring that Black women's histories and contributions are recognised, valued and kept in daily circulation. Across 2026, we will continue to share these powerful narratives, 365 days of impact, brilliance and inspiration. Stay connected, join the conversation and help us champion the women whose journeys continue to shape our world. I'm Paulette Brooks, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next story.